Hi, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I'm Sybil Wilkes, and I am so glad to have my friend John Murray back with us. He is the media and pop culture expert. He's a producer. He's a director. He's a bon vivant, a man about the world. Hello, John Murray.
Sybil Wilkes, thank you so much, my friend. How you doing tonight?
I'm well. I'm well. I'm glad to see you. I like your sweater.
Thank you. It's what they call an ugly Christmas sweater. It says, "You're a mean one, Mr. Trump." That's wait a minute. That's Trump, Sybil. See Trump?
Trump. That's very funny. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Well, I
He's
have
not
my
having a good day, by the way. So I wore this in the spirit of him.
in the spirit of the holidays and the bad day that he's having, and we will talk about that. John, what's going on with you? I know you're getting ready to go to New York, right?
Yes. I'm. First of all, I'm headed to Detroit this weekend. Kiera Sheard, award-winning gospel artist. She is renewing her vows. So, she had a small little pandemic wedding, so she's having larger weddings. So I'm going to Detroit. Then I'm headed to New York to hang out with our good friend Sherry Shepherd at the Wendy Show. So I'll have my producer hat on next week, and we have some good guests. It should be a good week, and looking forward to it.
Can you give us a tip? Can you give us a little sneak peek behind the scenes of somebody you're gonna have? Any
Uh,
surprises?
who's coming on the show? Maybe one of Sherry's friends. Maybe somebody who had hooked her up with one of those bad husbands is coming on next week. Yeah, should be a good show. I'm sure we won't be talking about any of that stuff, but hey, maybe we'll be talking about women marrying women.
Okay, okay.
If you can't figure it out with those two hints, you've been living in a pop culture bubble for the last couple of years.
That's a good get, if you will. Yeah, absolutely,
No, it
absolutely.
should be a fun week though. Tune in December 13th through the 17th. And then, they just announced January dates. We're going back again at the end of January.
Wow.
We'll be there the 24th, I think, through the 28th. But before we come to New York again, our good friend Kim Whitley is going to be guest hosting the Wendy Williams Show
Nice.
with Finesse Mitchell. They'll be doing it like Kelly and Ryan style the week of the 17th. So you get back-to-back black on Wendy Williams Show. The two funny mamas, they ain't together, but they hold it down 2 different weeks
That's
on the Wendy
right.
Williams Show come January.
And holding it down for Wendy. That's great. Absolutely great. I'm so proud of you guys. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. All right, John, let's talk about what's going on in the news and what has just come down in terms of topical news. Jussie Smollett verdict has come down.
We've got to get like a breaking news, like, little thing going on his civil. Yes, I mean, just before we got on air, the jury came back and found him guilty for staging a hate crime. Such a disappointing thing, Sybil. Now, how many counts was that, Sybil, that they found him guilty of?
6. All 6 felony counts against him. They found him guilty of facing disorderly conduct charges for allegedly providing a false report to police, with prosecutors ringing him up each time he did it, each report. The verdict finally puts the criminal side of all of this to bed, and he still got business with the city of Chicago to pay back for all the money that they put out for the extra police and the investigating the crime that they say did not happen.
So, Sybil, I really liked Jussie Smollett. I met him right when Empire was launching, and I remember they had a big premiere event in Hollywood. I was hanging out with another actor, and the publicist for the show at the time, Anna Fusan, great Hollywood publicist, says, "Oh my God, I want to introduce you to some of the cast members." So she took me over to introduce me to Jussie Smollett, and he said, "I know who you are. I see you on TV talking shit all the time." And that's how I met Jussie Smollett. He was a very nice guy. I would see him out at events and stuff. He was really friendly. At one point, we exchanged telephone numbers and stuff. And what a promising career. What a guy that really had a lot of great stuff going on. I don't know how he ended up in this situation, but it really is an awful way to compromise what was such a promising career.
It really was, and to think that the allegations are that he was doing all of this to pump his career up even more, to make more money, to get more notoriety, and now it has come, but at the cost of his career in many respects. Certainly, the trajectory of his career is not what it once was.
Yeah, I think I once heard someone say it came across like he was trying to become the gay Colin Kaepernick. So, and I remember when the ordeal was first revealed publicly, I, like so many other people in the industry, express concern because when you hear of a scenario like this happening to anybody, an alleged hate crime, someone attacking them, racist innuendo. Well, we were living through the Trump age, so it would have made
Right.
sense for a situation like that to have been real. But I'll never forget, there is a friend of mine that works at the WWE that had a security background,
Hmm.
and they reached out to me and said, "Hey, bruh, you're probably going to be disappointed when the outcome of this situation really shakes out, because just with my security background, I can tell you that it just seems like there's so many things thrown against the wall:
Yeah.
anti-LGBT, anti-black, a noose, a rope." And then beyond that, they felt like, who would be just hanging out in Chicago? And so, well, that's your hometown. You know how cold those winters get. It
That's
was
right.
like a below zero night in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, who's just hanging out at the rare, instance that they might spot somebody that they're targeting? Like, you're gonna get hypothermia before I see you walking to the subway in the middle of the night. So for them, it just did not make a lot of
It
sense. It
doesn't
felt
match up. Yeah.
like they threw a whole bunch of stuff against the wall to see what would stick, and in the end, it got a little sticky.
Yeah, yeah. And so he's been found guilty on all six felony accounts, the former Empire actor, and this insisting that he's still insisting to this day he did not hire the brothers Abel and Bola Osundaro to stage the racist and homophobic attack in the middle of a, as you mentioned, a bitterly frigid Chicago night. The
Hey,
brothers
Sybil,
were
one of the things
there.
I did hear on MSNBC right before we went live too was that the reporter said that one of the pieces of evidence that was introduced that I guess we hadn't heard of prior to
Hmm.
now was that the court was presented. They had, I guess, surveillance of Jesse and the brothers doing
Yeah,
a run through, drive through of the whole ordeal, and so it was like they kind of mapped out what they were going to do before it
right.
actually happened, and I think that was very convincing to those in the jury pool.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had what, over a week of testimony and all that. He'll almost certainly have to be paying restitution to Chicago. They're saying in the amount of some $130,000, which is considerably more than the 3,500 that he was paying to the brothers for this act
And
during
it
the
comes out to almost what he was getting per episode on Empire. I mean,
right.
he was making, I think I read $125,000 an episode, somewhere around there. And so what he'll be paying them will be equivalent to one of those episodes. In addition, God only knows how much he's paid in legal fees up to this point.
Right, right. And that's not going to go away. They're not doing this for free. And so he,
His
despite his,
agent may want to get Tyra Banks on the phone after having Olivia Jade on this last season of
okay,
Dancing with the Stars.
okay.
Jesse might want to take out his twinkle toes next season and go dance for the people.
Absolutely. And that may be after he faces a 3-year prison sentence. However, John, remains to be seen if he'll do any time behind bars. But everybody was so angry, those in the legal system in Chicago, so angry that I don't think that the judge is just going to let him off with a slap on the wrist.
I want to be there when someone breaks the news to Yara Shahidi from Blackish, because
Oh,
at the NAACP Image Awards in
right.
2019, I was in attendance when Chris Rock made a joke about Jussie Smollett, and she was not happy. And she came on stage and said, "I stand with Jussie," and rolled her eyes at Chris Rock and the whole thing. And so someone's going to have to break the news to her, Sybil.
And the fact that this is the last season for Blackish, it's not a good time right now.
No, not a good
Um,
time for Yara or Jussie.
or Jesse is right. So we'll keep you up to date on that. But we've got a lot of other things to talk about. A lot of things happened today, and especially as we got closer to showtime. But I do want people to stick around and have conversation with us about these news topics. And we've got a very special guest for you coming up in just a matter of minutes. All right. So not good news for Donald Trump today either, John. As you mentioned, wearing the sweater in his honor. The
You're a
appeals court.
mean one, Mr. Trump.
The appeals court has rejected his bid to keep the January 6 documents from the House committee. The federal appeals court ruled against the former president in his effort to block his White House records being released. The D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals paused its ruling for 2 weeks so that he can seek a Supreme Court intervention. And this is where he's hoping that his appointments of those 3 people that he made in quick succession before things got out of hand for him, that he is hoping that they will come to his rescue and that they will perhaps overrule this appeals court. The events of January 6th exposed the fragility of those democratic institutions and traditions we had come perhaps to take for granted. This was a part of the DC opinion written by Judge Patricia Millett, who was, by the way, appointed by President Barack Obama. So
shout out to that sister, because she said, "Well, last name like Millet, you already know." We'll see you at the Essence Festival, Patricia Millet.
Okay, Judge Pat. No disrespect, Your Honor. But very well done there. And so
I got 3 words for that whole situation: lock them up. As in all of them. Everybody that's riding with Trump, everybody who's trying to manipulate the January 6th commission, everybody who's trying to skirt justice and not participate in this situation, they all are complicit. Yeah. They asses all need to go to jail.
So, John, let me ask you this, because how quizzical or are you surprised at what the former chief of staff did, Mark Meadows, in terms of saying, yes, I will come, I will talk to the committee. Here's my book. And no, now I've changed my mind. I'm not going to come and talk to you, even though I gave you all of the records and papers and things, hundreds of documents, they said. But now he's changed his mind, and Donald Trump is already angry at him. So because of what he wrote in the book, what do you think about that?
It's all performative, Sybil. Listen, we had a reality star as president of the United States, and all of the minions around him think that they are on the political version of The Apprentice.
Right.
So they're doing this because they think, okay, let me bring a new stunt to this episode, because in a minute we're going to commercial break. Well, commercial break for some of these need to be the state penitentiary, or at least the federal penitentiary. If it was up to my mama, Merrick Garland would be putting all of them behind bars. She's mad at Merrick Garland, by the way. She wants him thrown out. She's like, he's lazy. He ain't doing nothing. Get rid of him. Hope you don't mind me telling that, Mom. She ain't happy with Merrick Garland. Rachel Maddow got her all worked up, and she's anti-Merrick Garland at this point.
Rachel has that effect on people.
Listen, if my mom dies between 9 and 10 p.m., I know where she'd be, sitting somewhere watching Rachel Maddow. But no, for real though, all of these guys literally are acting like they're on a reality show, a political reality show, and it all is because Donald Trump is the king of circus barkers at the reality show. So lock them all up. Let's use the chant they once used for Hillary Clinton on all
Okay. Remember those days. Absolutely. All right. So the FDA and Pfizer booster shots will now be available for teens, 16 and 17-year-old kids, young people. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced that they have signed off on the booster shots of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine for the 16 and 17s who are 6 months past their second shot, and clearing the way for the vaccinations to start. So they get the boosters too. What do you think?
3 words: get the jab. Listen, the science is clear. The vaccines work. I'm so glad I'm double vaxxed and boosted. The only reason I'm back on the road, the only reason I'm hosting in-person events and being semi-engaged with people, because I still won't fraternize with people who aren't vaccinated, is because I have 2 shots in my booster. We've seen this week that the science also says for adults that those who have 2 shots plus the booster are having minimal to no impact from the Omicron variant. The Omicron is not taking its toll on people, and those who have gotten the virus that when even double vax had very mild symptoms. Now there are even questions that the Delta variant still may have been the strongest variant of them all, and the Omicron may not impact the way that it is. It's science, so it's ever evolving. But I'm just glad that I have all 3 of my capes on, because the science is clear, and those who don't believe the science, well, many of them aren't here to tell us that their conspiracy theories didn't work. So.
Well, I was surprised. I was listening to the stories about when they came down about the CDC saying, yes, 16 and 17-year-olds can get the booster. And still a lot of parents are saying they're not giving their kids the initial vaccines, and they're certainly not going to do the booster. There's still a lot of people out there who said that, they're still doing their research.
Yeah, and it's amazing because everybody thinks that they're smarter than Fauci. Listen, the man kept us from Ebola and SARS. He got a control on the HIV/AIDS pandemic in the U.S. And there probably been some other potential pandemics and major virus outbreaks and stuff in this country that we've never heard of because this man was at the helm. And half of these people never went to college, barely got a high school diploma. Some of them just got a GED, but they think they're smarter than the man who is a biologist and understands this stuff and has protected us for so long. So I think it's unfortunate that people would put their children's lives in jeopardy. And I'm so sick of these videos of people online screaming and hollering and crying. So I wish I would have believed the science.
Yeah.
Get off my timeline.
Yeah. The conversation surrounding that and people still feeling some kind of way about Fauci. One conversation I had the other day is you saw the way he looked when Trump was talking about taking bleach and he didn't stand up. And I was like, I don't think we can use that as a reason not to believe Dr. Fauci. We knew that at that time. Yeah,
that's a person's only factor for why they don't want to believe Fauci, then God bless them. I say, prepare your affairs, keep all your important paperwork out for your family to find it, and tell everybody that you love them because the science is real. If you don't believe Fauci, well, the end results are pretty clear at this point.
Right. Absolutely. I'm with you, John, and I'm going to believe him and follow along. I can't I'm not sure about the choice thing. I'm pro-choice in all things. I may not believe in abortion, let's say for instance, but I believe that you have the choice to make these decisions. I may not own a gun, but I think you have the right to own a gun if you are following the rules and doing the right thing by it. I come to a standstill with the virus and with the vaccines. I just having had a sense that, I don't know enough not to trust him. He hasn't done anything to make me say, his alliance with Donald Trump. We knew that he wasn't allied with Donald Trump. And we were just waiting. It was just a matter of time before he got from outside of his shadow. And I think because he wants to help people. He wanted to help people. He wants to save people from all of these diseases, and that's why he stood there and stayed there with that crazy Dr. Deborah and Burks and all of the other people that came through. And he just had to just bide his time and hopefully continue to do his due diligence until it was time for him to be able to step out and give us the real facts on this. So.
Listen, so suicide is a choice. And if people want to die by suicide, I think those who don't follow the science, believe the science, and take the measures to protect themselves at this point, it should say COVID by suicide because that's the choice that you're making. Now, when your choice impacts the rest of us, because this is a world pandemic, this is impacting all of the community. So when you make the choice to die by suicide and the variants continue to mutate and you become a spreader and you help to increase COVID staying in our lands, well, then what you are becoming is an accessory to murder. Right. And that's a crime. So that it's not a choice for me to die by your suicide. Listen, if you want to meet your maker early, you go ahead and see him. I don't plan on seeing him no time soon. So I have followed the science. I am very grateful that I have been COVID free. Lots of people who have followed the science who have gotten COVID have had mild or marginal symptoms. The gospel singer Kurt Carr, he had the one-shot Johnson & Johnson, and he shared on social media that when he went to the hospital, they told him, if you did not have this vaccine in your system, we would not be preparing you to go back home. We'd be preparing you for the morgue.
Right.
So you can take the gamble if you want to. If you are smarter than Fauci, and I barely have heard you read out loud, let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah. I find it very interesting. But the conversation does continue. And so if you have some thoughts on that, we'd love to hear you. But I'm very excited that you're here today, John, because we have a very special guest. And I think we're just going to move to what's really going on. And what's really going on? It's Christmas, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the Christmas season.
I do too. And one of my very favorite people is here with us today. So who do you think it is?
Like Jesus? It's his birthday.
I'm going to work on that for next year for you.
Okay.
But this is someone else who is also associated with the other side of Christmas. And it's not the Grinch. It's
not Mr. Trump.
No, definitely
Oh,
not.
okay.
Definitely not. So,
I'm so
ladies and
excited.
gentlemen, let's say hello to Santa.
Santa Claus.
Santa,
Sa-
Santa.
Wait a minute, Sybil. I thought
Merry
you said George Wallace
Christmas.
was off this week, Sybil.
That is not George Wallace.
That's not George Wallace.
That's Santa
No,
Larry.
Santa
it's Santa.
Larry.
Yeah.
Oh man,
How
Yes,
you-
Christmas time is here.
I believe it.
I love Santa Larry. He has been with us for years on the Tom Joyner Show, and I love you back absolutely. And he was so kind to take a little time off away from attending to the kiddies and join us for a few minutes, John. And I thought this would be a great time for people to join us and the good little boys and girls, or former boys and girls,
Yes.
who are watching and listening. Maybe they have some requests to make of Santa this year, and if they have been good or not. I'm sure Santa Larry will tell us if they have been, because he checks. He makes a list and he checks it twice. So we have an opportunity to make our request to Santa here, and Santa Larry. Other than asking for peace and happiness for the world, I know that is something you get every day, right?
Is Santa Larry frozen?
I think he is. I think Santa Larry's wrong.
Well, at North Pole, that temperature will drop on you, Sybil, and I can understand how Santa Larry would get frozen. We might have to get Mrs. Claus over there to thaw him out real quick.
Oh my goodness, Santa Larry. Well, we're going to get people on the line, and hopefully we can get their request into you as we seek to yeah, we're going to take them out and bring them back in so that we can resume with our conversation. Did you have a good Santa experience over the years, John?
Yeah, my mom used to take me to the mall, and I'd go take my Santa photo, and I've always enjoyed the Christmas season. Christmas was always really important to my mom, and even when times were lean, she always wanted to make sure like there was something that represented Christmas, and so great family memories. Music is really a significant part of my Christmas experience. I remember from the time I was born, my mom playing the Temptations Christmas album and listening to that version of Silent Night. It is my favorite Christmas song to this day. But just enjoying everything from Donny Hathaway's This Christmas to Darlene's Love, big Christmas record. So I love Christmas. I love Christmas music, and the holidays are really important to me. How's Christmas been for you, Sybil?
It's always been, when I was a kid, I always had great Christmases. And I have always, as a matter of fact, I took Christmas, as far as I possibly could, until my mom pulled me over to the side one year and said, say hello to Santa. So
how tough was that to learn that Santa wasn't real when you got to college, Sybil?
Well, let me just put it this way. There were some guys who pretended, that they were Santa, and they were willing to do that for me.
You realized that sitting on the lap wasn't something you should have been doing just regularly, huh?
Exactly. But I always had and great memories. We would have people over for Christmas Eve, my godparents and godbrother and godsister and stuff, and so we always had great Christmases that way. Do you have any that stuck out in your mind?
I don't necessarily have any specific Christmases that stand out in my mind, because every Christmas really was special. Like, my mom really went out her way.
And do you return
with
that
family
to your
members?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe my most favorite Christmas was the last one in the pandemic. I did Christmas dinner, and did a big spread for my mom and one of our neighbors who is a woman of a particular age having some health challenges, and it just was great being able to find a way to celebrate with the world being in such a chaotic space.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Yeah, but I just love the Christmas spirit in general. I mean, the Christmas before the pandemic, I kicked it off down there in Dallas with you.
That's right.
Big retirement from the Tom Joyner Morning Show celebration with you, and Fort Worth was all lit up with the lights and the trees, and so like I just no matter what city I'm in, I really try to get out and find Christmas lights and Christmas ambiance, and really take in the Christmas spirit and the energy of that space.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to do Christmas in other countries?
I have not. It's funny. So even when I was doing like 100,000 frequent flyer miles a year, and I was like home on a Wednesday or a Thursday, I would make sure that Thanksgiving and Christmas were holidays that I was always near my mother. I knew those were holidays that were very important to my mom. So I never tried to be away on the major holidays. So I have never done Christmas anywhere else. 2018, I think it was, me, Sherry Shepherd, Lonnie Love, and our friend Alex Hill, we did a post-Christmas celebration in Cabo and brought in the New Year there.
I remember some of the video.
Oh, yeah, that's when Sherry's wig popped off in the pool. And
Yes.
Lonnie wore one of those ski hats, swim hats, like she was in the synchronized swimming in the Olympics. And but when I tell you, we had the time of our lives in Cabo. Other than the New Year's Eve party we went to, because Sherry don't like big parties and she gets really irritable in situations like that. But other than that, Sybil, we saw whales, and it really was a great experience. So.
Yeah, that's I was lucky enough as a kid for my mom and I to travel and for her to take me to different countries, and it was always interesting to see how they had the celebration in Spain, or I think we were in North Africa in Tangier for one Christmas, and that was to really see the Santas that look more like us, like we have with Santa Larry.
So your parents had money, huh?
No, my mom she was very smart with her money. And because she was a Chicago public school teacher, so there wasn't a lot. And she was putting me through school. So but she was very smart with it and always wanted me to be able to travel and to experience different ways of life. So that was really a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to be, one of my Christmas wishes this year is going to be that Santa Larry gets a stronger Wi-Fi signal, because I really want him to come back on and join us, because, one of our dear friends, Kim Whitley, I think she has taken the spirit of the ho, ho, ho to a whole nother meaning. And I just want Santa Larry to be able to impart in her what real Christmas is, so she can get rid of the ho, ho. Oh,
just go for one, huh?
Sybil, can you call Santa Larry?
Yes, I can do that. Sorry.
Oh, this is live, real time.
I know, right?
Shooting while we're talking to the people. Sybil, I know for you and I, why you call Santa Larry, Christmas really came early for us. I mean, in July, Meghan McCain left the View. I mean,
Santa Larry, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. And I'm gonna connect you with Yolanda and Chica, okay? Okay, hang on one second. Okay, John, I'm listening.
The phone lines are working in the North Pole, and that is the good news, Sybil. We can get a cell phone signal there, and maybe sometimes the ice is a little heavy on those Wi-Fi lines. But that's why President Biden's Build Back Better plan is so important, because even Santa Claus can benefit from this infrastructure bill that he is pushing forward and Build Back Better.
Exactly. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm having problems with my phone now. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Yolanda. I'm going to send this and
Black Jesus, loose whatever's happening to this technology that's messing with our broadcast.
Yes, I am. Okay. Oh wait, Santa Larry, are you there?
I'm still here, yes.
Okay. Yolanda?
I'm back on.
I hung up.
Oh, you hung up. Okay, hang on, Santa.
I'm entering the studio.
He's Yolanda.
There he is. There he is.
Okay, you're good.
There he is. Look, the Rangers are going. I'm so happy all over again. I just giddy. Santa Larry.
Santa Larry?
Yes.
Did Mrs. Claus entice you away with some cookies or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you.
A little spiked eggnog over there or something? She called you away from us, huh?
No, we're having a snowstorm, and I believe the snowstorm knocked out the power.
Isn't that what I just said, Sybil?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So John is very smart about these things, Santa Larry. He's been a good boy and all year long, and he's very smart, and he's such a good friend. And I hope that you will be kind to him this Christmas.
Only because you asked, Sybil.
Well, thank you, Santa.
John, did you make a list?
Well, I always have a list on standby for Santa, because you never know when you're going to encounter him. So, one of the things we were talking about, Santa Larry, before you came on, is we want you to help our good friend Kim Whitley. We think she's taken the ho 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 to a whole nother level, and we need to refine her a little bit, Santa Larry.
Okay.
We want you to work with Kim Whitley. But I would like unlimited Chick-fil-A and Panera bread for this Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, like for the rest of my life. Like Popeyes gave the girls from Destiny's Child, they get that unlimited Panera
They
bread
get
and
the
Chick-fil-A
golden
for
card.
me. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Santa, I would also like unlimited tickets for the WWE for the rest of my life. If that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big wrestling fan, so that would make me very happy. And then I would love to see someone who's not in the NFL get a TV job, because they will only hire the black men that carry footballs on Sundays and Monday nights. And I didn't play in the NFL, though I did put my face on one of Michael Strahan's photos to kind of give the impression that I did. I hope you're not mad about that, Santa. But
No,
yeah, if
of
we
course
could
not.
find me a TV job, that'd be really, really great.
Uh-huh.
And then, can we stop this supply chain scenario? I tried to go and find me a bottle of Orangina the other day, Santa, and I could not find one anywhere. And they said supply chain. So we need these ships to move in the water so we can get all the other things that we want, Santa. And I know you come through the chimney and stuff, so you forget the supply chain. You just bring it on with you on the sleigh with Dasher and
Dancer,
and all the
Prancer
reindeers.
and
Rudolph, my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the things I have. I'm going to email you the rest, Santa.
Okay.
I don't want to take up the whole broadcast. I can have you here all week, but yeah, those are some of the things I'm looking for this Christmas, Santa.
Okay. Send them to Sybil, and Sybil will send them to me.
I'm Santa's intermediary.
Oh, okay. I can't have Santa's direct email. Putting that.
No, Santa also does not like.
I never got told that by the white Santa, but I like the plain.
Yes.
Come on, Santa.
You're so funny.
He likes me to kind of be his intermediary for some of you who have the lists that are extremely long.
Yeah.
When you have that effect on people, we love you, so we all like you to just be in the mix of the things.
Yeah.
I understand, Santa.
Yes.
You just make sure you keep your intentions with her on the up and up, Santa.
Yes.
I know you're.
Santa, it is so good to see you. How exciting has this season been for you?
Oh, Sybil, this season has been so exciting. I'm honored to be here, still serving as Santa Claus as an ambassador to Christmas, and
you're in my hometown.
Yes, I'm in Chicago.
Oh,
yeah. Tomorrow's my last day in Chicago. I'm at the Museum of Science and Industry, and this will be my third year there. And so I'm looking for a longevity a project with them. They're a great organization, beautiful museum during the holidays.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. All of the Christmas trees are decorated so beautifully, and all the other decorations and what have you. And the Museum of Science and Industry is someplace that, kids, we all knew and loved growing up, but it is someplace that at Christmas time is just unbelievable. It
Yes.
really is.
And although attendance is down just a little because of the COVID situation, because most of the time there will be schools and elementaries.
Right.
Have all those children there seeing me and getting pictures and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So everybody's cut back with all that so far.
But it's better now than it was, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're still getting volumes of people coming there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have gotten vaccinated,
Yeah.
Santa,
what do you ask for Christmas?
Oh, you know what, Sybil? This year I'm going to ask for love, peace, hope, and happiness for those people who don't have those in their life. I want people to be peaceful.
Right.
I want them to find love and be happy. I'm asking for.
I think that's beautiful. Do your elves ever ask for anything?
Oh yeah. All the time. I have a new elf. His name is Jack.
Okay.
Yes. Jack is also a teacher and a counselor.
Oh.
And yes, Jack is going to be with me next year, and here in Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going to be I'm having an elf in every city in the United States.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so Jack is going to be my elf here in Chicago.
Nice. So Santa Larry, you're bi-coastal. You split your time between Chicago and the North Pole.
I split my time between Chicago, Museum of Science and Industry, and Mall of America, and Dallas, Texas, and a little bit of New York, and a little bit of California.
So he's multi-coastal, John.
Multicultural. Wow.
Yes.
You know, I've done some recent work with S. Curl Luster, so I'm really big into grooming. Your beard, Santa, is so perfectly groomed. Tell me, how do you groom that beard and keep it so neat like that? Because those are like beard goals, Santa.
Yes, it is. You know, believe it or not, I just use a leave-in conditioner. You can buy all type of moisturizer for your beard. And believe it or not, sometimes I do venture out and use an S curl.
Wow, that's good to know, huh, John?
Yes, John. If you can get it, if you can get it,
they got good products, and they have this beard balm with a CBD oil in it and everything. So they it's like look, S. Curl Luster isn't like Coming to America Soul Glow. That's
exactly.
They've moved on from that time of life, but they've really got products that are good for male grooming and natural hair care products. So,
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can look, and I don't have to go to the expensive stores to get these products. I can get them at Dollar General. I can get them at Walmart. You know, it's you take care of your hair on your face just like you take care of your hair on your head.
Right. And I imagine with the change in weather and everything, wherever you go, you just never know if you're in California or you're in Chicago or New York and it's cold and it's warm and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
You really have to take care of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the temperature like when you're up on the sleigh like that? Because I imagine that it's got to be pretty brisk up in the sky moving around like that.
Yes,
Santa.
it is. Sometimes it's below zero.
Santa, Kerwin May is on YouTube and asked that his wish for you is for the Bears to beat Green Bay on Sunday. I think it's Sunday or maybe it's a Monday night game. But I got to tell you, Santa, you've been in Chicago. You know how bad the Bears are.
Yes, but I still have hope, Sybil. I have hope.
Some things even Santa can't make happen.
Okay. Santa, maybe if you could get us a new general manager and a new head coach, as well as a coaching staff to go along with the nice quarterback we have, Justin Fields. I'm just saying.
Yes. Okay. Pretty good. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll settle for just a real name for my Washington team. So, I mean, if they could just find a new name, it could maybe put them back on the path to a good season.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Stephanie on Facebook says, I want Stacey Abrams to win as governor of Georgia. How about that, Santa?
I love it. And I'm going to see what I can do.
Yes.
Santa, I like the holy hand, Santa. Ooh, I felt that. I don't know if that was the North Pole wind or the Holy Ghost that came up in here, Santa.
Go ahead, Santa.
That's it. I like that.
Santa,
yes.
I don't know if you had anything to do with the election last year, but I'm hoping that you'll have something to do with this one upcoming.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We at the North Pole are working on having good people put into good places.
Nice. And Michael Stallworth, our friend, says on Facebook, another wish I have is for COVID to become post-pandemic sooner than we can currently see. I really agree with that, Michael. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, I echo that as well. And it's coming. It's coming. I can't wait till the day we can be back almost to a normal situation. Mm-hmm. But it may take 2 more years, Sybil.
Yeah, that's what you, Santa, and Santa Fauci are right there on the same page together.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because pandemics you just don't get through them overnight.
Right.
It takes time.
Absolutely.
Now, Santa, we always talk about the naughty and niceness. And we've talked about so many of the nice things today. But remember, there was a TV personality named Megyn Kelly who said some not so nice things about Santa. Have you ever showed up to her and told her it was naughty to say that Santa should only be a white man?
No, because you know what? People like that are always trying to draw attention to themselves. So, they slowly fade away.
I like that.
Yeah, Santa's always got such a great spirit.
Yeah.
We really
he
appreciate
makes us all optimistic. Sybil.
Absolutely. Yes. We're going to take one more request. We have somebody. Yolanda, can you put that back up again, please? Yes, Odessa Pope Wells on Facebook said, Santa Larry, my husband, has taken care of me and my mother, so just put something special under the tree for him.
Oh,
that's nice.
Hey, Tell her to inbox you her address, and I will send something special to him via UPS.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Oh,
Now,
that
Santa,
is
you know the
so
mail
nice.
delays, so make sure you do that like overnight when you send it. But yes, wonderful.
No, UPS is on the ball.
Okay.
I love that.
Santa's got the hookup. It's not just with the reindeer. You know.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Santa has embraced modern technology and modern shipping. This is just
Absolutely. You
That's
have
right.
to.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. When it
I'm
absolutely
not convinced that's not George Wallace over there, but you know, if y'all say it's Santa Larry, I'm gonna go with Santa Larry.
Absolutely.
he's too nice.
You know what? Now I'm convinced, Sybil. Now I'm convinced.
Yes. Absolutely.
Santa
Yes.
Larry, thank you so much. I hope that you do have a wonderful Christmas, and all the good little boys and girls get a chance to come and see you before the holiday is up, and that you get out there and be safe on the roads as
Oh,
you and in
absolutely.
the skies.
Absolutely. Sybil, what do you want for Christmas this year?
I would like for more people to subscribe to our newsletter.
Okay.
Good.
And how do they do that, Sybil?
If
How
they
do
could
they
just
do that?
It's absolutely free, Santa Larry. And if you just go to sybilwilkes.com and give us your name and your email address, and we will have that, our What You Need to Know newsletter in your email box every morning, Monday through Friday, before you get started in your day.
Excellent. I'll blast that off on my social media pages.
Thank you, Santa Larry. You
And
always.
Sybil, I want people to follow me on social media on Twitter.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Santa Larry 3.
Okay.
On Instagram, I'm Santa Larry 3. Okay.
Okay.
And on Facebook, I'm Santa Larry Jefferson. So I want people to follow me on social media, and because we want to get out more Santas of colors, of all colors. Santa doesn't have to be just white. Santa is non-color, so anybody can be Santa Claus.
Absolutely.
I am here to show children of our community that Santa can look just like them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And just as loving too, because you really
Absolutely.
are. You are
And
such
gorgeous.
a great guy. And
And
good
gorgeous.
looking too. And
Santa,
good looking.
what's your favorite Christmas song? You heard me talking about the Temptations' Silent Night and
You know
Johnny
what?
Hathaway's This Christmas. Which one is yours?
You know, my favorite Christmas song is just really simple. It's We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. We wish you a Merry Christmas, Sybil. We wish you a Merry Christmas, John. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, Santa. Merry
thank
Christmas,
you.
Santa. Thank you
Yes.
so much. We love you.
I
love you guys too.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Many blessings.
We'll see you Christmas Eve.
Okay, and call me again if you need to talk to me before Christmas.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Look out for that
Santa.
email.
All right.
You gotta love Santa, huh, John?
Makes everything better.
It does. It really does.
Oh, Odessa says Santa just brought
Just brought
tears. in her
tears.
eyes, Sybil.
Oh, Odessa Pope Wells on Facebook. Thank you for that. I'm really glad he was able to join us. I'm sorry we had some technical difficulties there, but I am glad that he was able to get back with us, and the Christmas spirit lives on here. John, I do want to talk about the newsletter a little bit. The What You Need to Know newsletter, as I mentioned before in talking to Santa, please subscribe. It's absolutely free. Go to sybilwilkes.com, and we talk about things that are going on in our community. And the first story on today's newsletter is about the Kim Potter trial. Kim Potter is the woman who mistook her taser, her gun and her taser. And she said she announced that she was going to tase Dante Wright. She accidentally, she says, pulled her gun and killed him. This was as a result of a pullover. They said that he had expired tags, and he also had a air freshener in his car, which is illegal in that area, in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, right outside of Minneapolis. Just a horrific situation that happened in April of this year. Kim Potter has been charged with first and second degree murder. She was forced to resign from the police department, and now she stands. And John, I don't know if you had a chance to watch it. We've only had a couple of days of this, but it was heartbreaking. The very first day, Dante Wright's mother was on the stand and telling her story. Not only were they on the phone with his mom when he was shot, and the girlfriend, they were FaceTiming the mother. and she saw her son as this was happening. And then she was close enough. She came to the scene, and the body cam footage showed her, yeah, going and coming onto the scene and seeing what had happened to her baby, and then her description of her son. What a nice young man he was. He was 20 years old, a young father, and a very good father and a good son. And it was heartbreaking, as well as his girlfriend, the young woman he was in the car with that day. She testified as well, and it's just heartbreaking. It's just a sad story all the way around.
A truly tragic scenario, and I feel good about this particular case because it is in the same courtroom where Derek Chauvin was tried and found guilty. Thank God this isn't taking place in the same court that Kyle Rittenhouse was that wackadoo judge and that jury. So let's hope that we see justice for Dante for sure.
Yeah, it's a different makeup of the jury, but it's a primarily white jury with one black person, a black woman is on the jury, two Asians, and the rest are white men and women. So it'll be interesting to see. But as of right now, it has just been heartbreaking and so sad. But as you say, we're hoping for justice for Dante and for his family as they go through this. So, John, another thing I do want to talk about. One of the things that has come out of this year is our partnership with Black and Missing. They are these wonderful women. They're sisters-in-law that came together and formed the Black and Missing Foundation. And they did what many had been trying for years to do, and that's to bring the face of people of color who are missing to the forefront and get some more media attention. And so we just want to give a shout out to Derica and Natalie, and also to point out that every Thursday we do have one of their Black and Missing subjects. And today we talk about Kadar Williams, just a little girl, 11 years old, has been missing since October at our home in Philadelphia. And so take a look at that in our newsletter. And if you do have information on these people that we publicize every Thursday, please go to blackandmissingfoundation.org and get some more information and how you can help them. And the last thing I do want to talk about is the fact that we do continue our coronavirus update, and as well as healthy health and wellness corner. And part of our health and wellness focus this year, John, is to check in and check up. And so I am encouraging people to check in and check up, especially this season, not only from a physical standpoint, but to check in and check up on those people we have not talked to in a very long time, and to call them, not just text.
Yeah, it's so easy to text people, and people always respond and say the thing, how are you? I'm fine. I'm great. But sometimes picking up the phone and hearing that audible voice, or if you still want to be semi-passive aggressive, at least send an audio message to them. Technology has created other mechanisms for you to hear people's voice and really get a good sense for how they're doing. But check in. When you think about somebody, check on them.
Yeah.
That's your spirit telling you that a call or check-in from you might be just the thing that they needed.
I think so. And I also mentioned in my Instagram post, there are some folks you have to make a little extra time for in the conversation, or the listening. And so I am going to call Miss Dupree. I'm going to block out some time and call Miss Dupree and talk to her for the holiday season, because she does have.
She gives you some lucky numbers, Sybil. Let me know, because I totally like to play the lottery during the Christmas holiday season.
Okay.
Makes the gift giving a whole lot easier when it comes from DC lottery.
Or maybe we can get her to send us some scratch offs.
Oh, listen, I love a good scratch. I got that from my mama now. I like a scratch off now. Go to 7-Eleven, get them $5 and $10 scratch off. If you buy a whole bunch of them in a row, so that's how you know you're gonna hit at least on one or two of them.
Oh, so you have to buy a bunch of them. I've never done scratch offs, John.
What you been waiting on, Sybil?
I don't know. I do Powerball and it never
Can we
works.
get Santa Larry back on here so we can send you some scratch offs for Christmas, huh?
I've never, but I plan to, because when I watch the Dream Lottery Millionaire House, whatever it is, and they always win on the scratch offs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. That's actually, that might be my New Year's resolution that I'll do in December. So please take care of yourself, John. I know that you are headed out on the road. I so appreciate you, and I do want you to be careful out there. And I know you will, but I just want to say that and to tell you how much I appreciate you and our friendship and over the years, and really look forward to many more for us in our future.
Thank you, Sybil. I love you. I love your team. You know, your yogi is very important to me. We miss George Wallace. This is George Wallace's typical day here, but it's great to sit in his seat and to be able to have smart conversation with you and cut up a little bit and talk crazy and also let Santa know that we're concerned about our good friend Kim.
Yeah.
We've got to get that whole thing off of her, Sybil. We've got to do it.
We will, John. I think if we all stand in prayer in a circle with Santa Larry leading the way, I think we can.
And pray to Black Jesus, that one that they talk about on Fox News.
I'm going to leave you, and speaking of Yogi, I'm going to leave you with Yogi's jewel today. Neither time nor distance nor circumstance can interrupt the connection of true friends. How's that for a jewel today, John?
If you can see my legs, I'm sitting Indian style because I know Yogi would like me to be doing some yoga while you're reading her jewels. So if I lean back and do that, Sybil, I might break my neck. So I'm not going to try that on here.
No, please.
I promise you, underneath the camera right here, I'm sitting Indian style.
Okay. And breathe, and release. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, John. I love you. Merry Christmas and all of that to everybody. Appreciate you.
Ho, ho, ho.